Beat Man is back.
Oh, again, boys! Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up! This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, That's the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys, and you know I have to talk about this. The big news that broke literally a week ago. And yes, I'm talking about the fact that Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard. The court case has been settled apparently, and the deal is officially done. Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard. So, what does that mean? So, despite the fact that they had to go through a lot of hurdles for this to get done, they had to go through the United States FTC, Federal Trade Commission. They had to go through the European Union and the United Kingdom CMA, the Competitions and Markets Authority. Not to mention a bunch of Sony fanboys who did not want this deal to go down amongst other groups. The deal was officially done Friday, the 13th of October. So, yeah. But now it hadn't been a week ago, but close to a week ago, you get the point. But the fact of the matter is this, the deal is now done. So now, let me give you guys the lowdown on what they own. So the deal was for around $69 billion. And because that they now own Activision Blizzard, the following franchises or prestigious franchises will now be under Xbox. So we talk about Call of Duty, which is interesting because Call of Duty got that exclusive deal with Sony, aka PlayStation. So what I'm assuming what happened is they're going to honor that contract, wait for that contract to expire, and then won't renew that contract, as far as I know of anyway, unless Sony pay a huge fee for that contract to be renewed. But we'll get more on that Call of Duty in a second. They were also on Overwatch, Diablo, Warcraft, aka World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Guitar Hero, and these two really got me laughing. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Skylanders, Tony Hawk, Hearthstone, and Candy Crush. So add those franchises to the list of franchises that Microsoft already owns. So for example, they already got Halo, Blue Dragon, Gears of War, Crackdown, Age of Empires, Flight Simulator, and Zoo Tycoon. And nowadays, those franchises are bland, but some of those franchises are still very popular. And then they purchased Rare in 2002. So now they, ever since then, they own Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads, Conquer, Cameo, Killer Instinct, Connect Sports, Perfect Dark, Sea of Thieves, which is funny, and Viva Pinata. And then, of course, after that, they acquired Lionhead Studios. So, yeah, so obviously that means Fable. So there's that. And then, of course, they got Twisted Pixel Games. So they got The Mall and Explosion Man, which I'm not sure about those two franchises, but whatever. And then they got, Microsoft. Microsoft ended up getting Minecraft, so they got Mojang, how you pronounce the thing. So that means they got Minecraft. Minecraft is available everywhere, but guess who got the stuff first? PC and Xbox, more than likely. So there's that. And then they ended up with Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, Compulsion Games, Playground Games, Exile Entertainment, and Obsidian Entertainment. So from that list of companies, they own the franchises Hellblade, State of Decay, We Happy Few, Forza Horizon, Raceland, The Board Tale, Pillars of Eternity, Pentiment, The Outer Worlds, Grounded, and Avowed. So yeah, some of the franchises you might have recognized. And then of course, we get to the whole Bethesda fiasco. But before that, they also got Double Fine, which means Psychonauts. And they also got ZeniMax Media, which, means Bethesda, Arcane Studios, ID Software, Machine Games, and Tango Gameworks. So we talk about the following franchises. Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, which have already been confirmed. Elder Scrolls 6 will not be on PlayStation. I'm letting you know right now, it has already been confirmed. You can look this up online. And I mentioned this in one of my older videos. Elder Scrolls 6 will not be on PlayStation. I'm letting you know right now. But moving on with the list of franchises. Starfield, which came out already, and y'all know this already. Doom, Quake, Rage, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, Prey, Redfall, The Evil Within, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Hi-Fi Rush. So yeah, y'all should be pretty familiar with some of those franchises. So yeah, they got a lot of franchises underneath their belt, which is very, very crazy. Now let's talk about that good old Call of Duty. So yeah, let's get on with that real quick. So this is something that came up like in July of this year, in case I went out. I think it was like July the 18th of this year. So what happened? This was from gamingbible.com, where it was said the following. Let me find the paragraph. I have to scroll down a bit to find this one specific paragraph, and then we go on from there. So following Microsoft's big win in court, one of their many court cases that they had to deal with this year to get that Activision Blizzard deal to go through, it was revealed by Xbox head honcho Phil Spencer that a binding deal has been signed with PlayStation to ensure that Call of Duty remains on the Blue brand. Well, basically will remain on PlayStation. Details on that agreement, such as contract length, remains undisclosed at this time. So they might display, they might share some news about that since then. I don't know. But here's the thing. Interestingly, there was no other mention of other Activision franchises, such as Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Overwatch, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, to name a few. What's more, there were also no mention of Bethesda titles, a company that Microsoft had previously acquired, and from basically paying $7.5 billion from it or for its parent company, ZeniMax Media. And I talked about how Elder Scrolls 6 will not be coming to PlayStation. So there's that. Moving on with the article. Unfortunately, it seems that there is a good reason why only Call of Duty was mentioned in the quote-unquote binding agreement, end quote, and that reportedly due to the deal only including the popular first-person series. Now, here's a quote within this article from a Redditor. So check this out. Outlets such as The Verge published Phil Spencer's email to Jim Ryan proposing a 10-year deal to keep all current Activision Blizzard games. So we're talking about not just Call of Duty, but Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, etc. on PlayStation. And it was rejected by Sony. Now this deal is only for Call of Duty. Jim Ryan might have made a big mistake, said Redditor or Lauren9_Alex. Say goodbye to those classic Microsoft franchises like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Diablo, Overwatch, Tony Hawk. Those aren't in the deal. Examine a sarcastic Joey Riven, how you pronounce the name. Continue on. And then, obviously they quoted a bunch of Redditors here. I can care less about COD. I don't play those types of games. Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Dishonored, Doom, and Wolfenstein are the games I would want to access to rather. But looks like that's not going to happen, which is true since Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming to PlayStation. Moving on. So in other words, once Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard, and they did, you were looking to play games from a publisher other than Call of Duty, it might soon be time to invest in an Xbox Series X or S, or just get a PC. Get their games on PC like Steam. It's going to be on there too. So like don't go crazy about that. Now, one thing that people might be wondering is, what about what's that dude's name? The Activision CEO. What about him? So when this deal broke that Microsoft now owned Activision Blizzard, or was buying Activision Blizzard, once that deal was officially done, it was announced that that dude, I forgot his name, Bobby Kotick rather, he will be a part of staff until the end of the year. If memory serves me correctly, I believe I saw that in a Microsoft article when they announced that, hey, we own Activision Blizzard, hooray for us. I believe that it was said in that article that Bobby Kotick will be a part of the company until the end of the year. So I'm looking for the article. It was a Microsoft article that actually posted that. So yeah, he won't be with the company for that much longer apparently. Now, I'm not sure how legit that is. He may do some stuff behind the scenes. I don't know. But hopefully he is truly gone. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that this dude just steps away. But you know how it is with these CEOs, that once they leave or they're forced out, they always get some type of major, huge pay cut, like something in the millions. It's so stupid. Like it's interesting that a CEO could leave the company but get paid a lot, but yet you as a regular employee could be fired without notice. But if you want to quit, you have to put in the 2 weeks, or you could just walk out and quit, but that'll leave a bad stain in your resume or whatever. It's so stupid. It's really stupid. But basically, IGN posted that the controversial CEO Bobby Kotick has announced that he is sticking around only until the end of the year, and then a 30-year tenure at the top of Activision. So yeah, there it is right there. So yeah, this was published about 4 days ago. Yeah, on October the 13th. So yeah, he will be here to the end of the year. Then after that, he's done. So he's walking out. And yeah, there you go with that. So, like, what would this mean for the future of gaming? Microsoft have more stuff for their Game Pass. Microsoft have more stuff that will be exclusive to Xbox. And they need it because they has been striking out with their first party games. Now, granted, Hi-Fi Rush was surprisingly good. They just dropped out of nowhere earlier this year. And apparently it is really, really good. So there you go with that. Starfield is good. Is it game of the year? No, but it is good. So maybe they're in a step in the right direction with their first party exclusives. But are they still on the level of Nintendo? Hell no. Not even close. Are they still on the level of Sony? Hell no. Like they taking a step to get there, but no, they got some ways to go to match up with Sony first party games, that is. But at the end of the day, that Game Pass is looking really, really nice right now, especially with all the bad decisions and the issues that Sony has been dealing with all year long with the hackings and the crappy PlayStation Portable that's coming out. Not to mention the PS5 Slim Digital Edition, which is a crappy, I wouldn't call the system itself crappy. I would call their decision that they made around that system rather to be crappy as heck. So I would say that, but outside of that, it's, yeah, Microsoft can still force PlayStation in a position where like they could they could be bankrupt. I don't know. They got some ways to go, and not to mention the problem is where Microsoft is, Japan is backing up Sony. Japan is backing up Sony. They backing up Nintendo as well, but they're backing up Sony. Japan is not backing up Microsoft. So Microsoft had to win Japan over. Like they had to get a piece of that pie. Once they do that, now we're in the business of looking at Sony and be like, okay, what are y'all going to do? Because you came out with the PS5 Slim. The digital edition is trash. That PlayStation Portable is trash. You're coming out with a $200 Bluetooth earbuds rather that can only work with the PlayStation Portable, or the PlayStation Portable only Bluetooth device is that, if you want to even call it that. And then you raise the prices of the PlayStation Plus yearly subscription service, which is crap to begin with. Now you're raising the prices on something that is crap. So now people are gonna be dipping. So things are not looking good for Sony. And y'all got hacked twice. So now people are like, yo, let me cancel doing anything with PlayStation online. Yeah, like it's not looking good for PlayStation. Then they got this deal officially happening. It's not looking good for PlayStation. As of right now, I'm not gonna say PlayStation gonna go bankrupt. PlayStation gonna lose overall and go out of business or be owned by Microsoft. I'm not going that far because Microsoft still got ways to go, and their only saving grace right now is the Game Pass. But because of that court case, they had to reveal a bunch of stuff, and Microsoft was kind of slipping. And we saw their upcoming systems, their revisions of the current systems. It's like a new system that they have in the works as well. So we'll see what's up with that. Because despite all that, the PlayStation 5 to me is a better system than the Xbox Series X. It is. Granted, it's bigger, unnecessarily bigger, but it is. It's a better system in terms of specs and things of that nature, in my opinion anyway. So we'll see what's up with the revision. We see what's up with the new system, because I know there's a PlayStation 5 Pro in the works, which is why I'm telling people not to get the Slim. Do not get the Slim knowing that there's a PlayStation 5 Pro coming, even though it hasn't been announced yet. But it's coming. So don't get that crappy PS5 Slim Digital Edition. So be patient. Wait for the Pro. So we'll see what's up with that. It's up in the air in terms of the future of PlayStation. But I think it's a failure to see PlayStation's mascot, Crash Bandicoot, on Microsoft. That is a big L. Not to mention Spyro, which is one of PlayStation brainchild, now on Microsoft, not on the Xbox only. That's another L. So to me, that's just like, that's pride. That's a pride thing. To see two of your created babies are grown up and now on the Xbox system and no longer on yours. To me, those are L's. That's a pride issue, and that's an L right there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the future of both Microsoft and Sony. Because, again, if they bring back, some of those games, if they all of a sudden want to bring out Tony Hawk and saying, hey, it's only on Xbox and on the Switch too, or whatever, and on PC, but it won't be coming to PlayStation, that'd be hilarious. We already know that Elder Scrolls 6 won't be on PlayStation, so that's funny. And then if Microsoft was to announce that Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon will not be on PlayStation, that would be, to me, just hilarious. I would be dying laughing if that were to happen. Like, y'all have no idea. And don't get me started if they bring World of Warcraft on Game Pass. Oh my gosh. Like, yo, don't get me started on that. And lastly, if Microsoft wins Japan over, if Microsoft get a piece of the pie, and instead of it being, I don't know what the percentage is in terms of the Japanese who loves Nintendo, who loves Sony, and who loves Microsoft. I know Microsoft is dead last, and it's not even close. Like, they're in a distant last place. But if they bridge the gap and caught up with PlayStation, or they make it a even split between all three, or even an even split between Microsoft and Sony, Sony's in trouble. I'm letting you know right now, Sony's in trouble. If Microsoft gain ground on Sony out in Japan, Sony's in trouble, because Japan is Sony's last saving grace. And again, I'll repeat this one more time. If Microsoft gains ground on Sony out in Japan, Sony's in trouble. Sony's in trouble. So there you have it. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.